Hi, everyone.
What's that?
Bring us your sadness or your anger or your pain.
Yeah.
Or maybe your joy. Bring us whatever you got. Cowboys lost again to the Atlanta Falcons, and everybody's hurt. Our pets' heads are falling off. The Cowboys DLLS postgame starts right meow.
Meow.
They tried their best. That counts for something, maybe.
There was an attempt made, Brother Jeff.
They tried their best. It's Jeff and Vach and Aisha.
You know.
You're on the DLLS Cowboys postgame show, and they didn't win. If you didn't see the game, they lost the game. They lost the football game.
Of course they did.
They lost another football game, and here we are. And we'll just hang out for a little bit, see if anybody gets fired. See how that's going. Who are you the most mad at? Who makes you the most happy? Just hit the like button. Is it draft season? I said if they lost, the season's over, and I do believe that. I think the season's over, but we'll still. What's that? What you got?
My
tank.
You got your Yan Min.
There's my ice tank. Yeah.
They know what that means.
Team tank, baby. You know that? Dak hurt his hammy.
Yeah.
It looks like IR to me.
Yeah. I thought that, if we would have gotten an onside kick, something goofy in my mind was like, oh, yeah, Dak's going to trot back out there and pull a Byron Leftwich and Marshall.
Get carried down the field.
Get carried down the field. But nah, man, we're not built that way, Brother Jeff. We don't want to win. We don't want good things. Great things can't happen to us. We can't even make small decisions like who's the best dude that should be playing here. It's not the year for that.
No, it's not good. And CD just kept going in the game, even though he was clearly hurt. That sounds like a bad idea from the team doctors. So I don't know.
Yeah, but I think that's something you do when the whole world calls you soft or calls you a crybaby or calls you whiny. I think you probably do feel the push to have to do things like that.
Yeah, but that's up to Jim Maurer and Brett Brown to be like, no. If you could finish one play without falling down and grabbing your arm, we'll let you play.
Plus, I think that's another terrible reason to let people get in your head, because if he would have gotten like stupid severely hurt, now we're like, oh. Well, CD is super severely hurt because he wanted to go prove a point to some people that he don't need to be listening to in the first place.
I mean, they fought.
Yeah,
we can call it what we want to call it, but I thought that the defense came out and played well, especially to start the half. I think the offense put them in not so advantageous situations, and then of course, that's when you saw them start to break. But to start this game, I mean, to hold Bijan Robinson to what? I think he had like maybe 40 yards to start the half. Maybe not even that. Like, this defense did come out, apply some pressure. We saw Carl Lawson get started. And, I just think the offense, I don't know which drive it was, but when they started out and they weren't able to get anything off that, second drive or something like that, it just kind of went downhill from there.
4th and 1 jet sweep was some nonsense, and the kind of going for it and not getting it. I think both of those were super stupid momentum killers. But I just want to ask y'all this, right? Because the game was kind of relatively close.
It was competitive.
How come these games, when they feel kind of sort of relatively close, they feel like blowouts at the end? We really feel like we got whooped at it for real at the end.
That didn't feel close to me. I feel like you were down 2 touchdowns for most of the game, and it was just a matter of, are you going to score one to make it close at the end or not? That's kind of where I felt the whole time.
Sure.
Well, I think you felt blown out because, again, there are just instances in this game, in this game and all the games where you're looking for them to take the momentum. You're looking for them to take advantage of a turnover, and then they come out and they do nothing. As far as it feeling like a blowout, I think it felt like a blowout because you're waiting for them to just point. You're only down, I don't know, they're down 11 at one point in time.
Yeah.
That's not crazy, right? You got a whole quarter of football left, but you don't believe or feel that they can overcome that.
For us, it's crazy.
That's what it feels. That's why it feels like that to you.
14 points for us is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
Now, once upon a time, 14 points wasn't that big of a deficit, but we like to shoot ourselves in the foot. We like to do weird little things. Hey, Rico, get hot. Let's go put the old man in there and see what he hitting on. You know what I mean? It's just like
if you guys think I'm a Zeke hater, get ready. Just go get transferred to Dalvin Cook now.
Oh, it's coming, big dog. We finna hate.
Whoever Rico's backup is, when you are coming out of halftime and Rico has run for 6 yards a carry, and you decide, well, we got another random old guy that we could put in here instead. Yeah. No. Yeah. Rico Dowdle should come out of the game when he taps his helmet.
Yep.
And when he gets over there and breathes and he can catch his breath, he goes back in.
Yeah, he had a really good day on the ground today. Just efficient through the tackles. We saw him do some things in the screen game. Obviously, he had the big TD that he kind of tipped to himself, and that was insane. But, yeah, man, probably one of the better days you've had, running the ball. And I think to your point, Vach, there was a point in this game where you was like, why are you not running the ball?
Sure.
But to your point, I do think that they felt the feelings of we need to pass now because we don't think that we can overcome, this deficit. But I thought if the Cowboys kept it on the ground, they could have found some success there.
Your coach doesn't believe in himself.
Yeah.
Your head coach, play caller, he doesn't believe in himself. Mike, we just having problems with those guys. And Jerry can allude on the radio all he like about the idea that we're not gonna fire anybody in the middle of the season. I mean, Wade and them was 2-7, 2-9 or something. Come on, Vash, we can't fire Mike McCarthy now, can we?
And the penalties today were egregious.
Look, Mike McCarthy got his money. I'm sure he got some old money. Mike McCarthy will be great in Jacksonville somewhere.
Get away from him.
He'll be fantastic coaching Carolina.
Good stuff.
The University of Pittsburgh, he get to go back home. Dog, whatever you want to do, bro, it's time to turn the page. Bob Seger said, turn the page.
He did. Yeah, he said that.
It's time, dog. I'm just watching us look very uninspired. When I look at the other team, boy, they driving. And boy, they having fun. And Mooney over there catching, and Bijan running around having fun. And we got to rely on a Dak Prescott scramble, scream, double catch from Rico Dowdle to get 6 points. And we all go, whew. Every other team, the Lions score, they having fun. The Ravens having fun. We get in the end zone, we go, man, we fought to get this.
It's a relief.
We fought to get here.
Yeah.
I think it's obvious, Brother Jeff.
They're just not. I mean,
Austin Richards played today. Put the camera back on me. Austin Richards played
Put
today.
it back.
Austin Richards played today. People tag me, yo, Vash, what's going on with Zach Martin? I'm like, man, it's 2 seconds into the game. What you mean? What's going on with Zach?
Oh, he missed a block.
Man,
otherwise the screen might have worked.
Jeff, we didn't just roll out the bed a bad football team, bro. We didn't just wake up one more. Dak didn't just forget how to read offenses, bro. CD just didn't forget how to be a superstar wide receiver. We don't forget these things overnight. Tyler Smith is a stud, bro. He don't forget how to whoop people. How you forget how to whoop people?
He forgot who to block at least once.
Man, Mike, bro.
I'm gonna push you down.
What do you say?
He forgot who to block at least once.
Mike, this is the Mike and Mike day where we're like, hey, Mike and Mike. Including Solari, because your offense ain't supposed to be sorry like that. If y'all can name a couple of Falcons offensive linemen, y'all I know we got Lindstrom over there, but like McGarry ain't good like that. Jake Matthews been regular for years. We got all Pro Bowl type characters on our squad. With a first round pick that should be a little better than that, with a third round pick that's playing better than 2 or 3 of them. Terrence shouldn't be horrific like he is. And even if we are horrific like that, head coach, why are we leaving him by himself? Why we get the Falcons are at the bottom? I'm sorry, the Falcons are at the my bad. They're at the bottom of the league in pressure and sacks.
Till they get here.
And off the rip.
Oh my God, bro.
They pressure and sacking. I'm sorry.
No,
off
dog.
the rip, they pressure it.
No.
Bob said he was not going to get excited today.
Off the rip, they pressure and sacking.
No,
so
it
he
was
didn't have to do a mic
insane
check.
to
As soon as they get off the bus, they pressure and sacking.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on, dog?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mike. And Mike.
Mm-hmm.
It's time, dog.
Yeah. It's
Kevontae Turpin stepping out of bounds and nobody even touch you. What you doing?
the special teams play, that was a nice ball.
What's Bones' real name? Is it Mike? I hope it's Mike.
If it's
John.
It's John.
It's John?
Yeah.
We're going to call him Mike. All 4
Mike.
Mikes got to go.
Yeah, he could go too.
You renamed him?
His
Yeah.
name Mike today.
Just so he can fit in, get fired with everybody else.
His name Mike today. They all can just leave. Whoever Ben Johnson want to bring up in here with him, they all can just go.
I could see Mike getting fired, honestly, but it won't be because they lost the game. It'll be because somebody tells him what Jerry said before the game. I could see this being at a point where Mike is going to be mad enough that he's just not going to take Jerry doing what he wants anymore. Where so before the game, like Zeke didn't make the trip, discipline, must have got mad at people, missed meetings,
goofy.
whatever, right?
That's goofy.
Jerry went on the radio in the pregame show and was like, Zeke's an incredible leader, always has been. He's one of the best. He's the best leader on this team, and he knows exactly what it takes. Right after Mike said, yeah, there was a discipline thing, and that's all I'm going to say. One of these days, Mike's going to grab the microphone on his press conference
I'm sick of this.
and be like, look, the owner's lying. Like, he can like his guys. He can bring in his guys. He can do whatever he wants, but he is now floating narratives about guys that I'm literally punishing right this second. He's lying, and I'm done having my legs cut off or my nuts, whatever, by the owner just saying whatever he wants about the guys that he likes. I can see Mike having had enough. I want to hear Mike's full post game when I get home. I want to hear when people are like, hey, the guy you suspended, Jerry said he's amazing, he's a great leader, and he's perfect. And Mike's going to be like, okay.
The fact that we have that level of disconnect between GM and head coach, Mike don't tell nobody what to do. This ain't Mike's team.
Right.
And the minute it stops being Mike's team, is when is the chat. Let me ask y'all a question. Vice says this. We ain't doing nothing else. Chat, y'all just put it down there. Answer this. If Deuce Vaughn was late for a meeting and then missed one meeting, what happens to Deuce Vaughn? I just want to ask the chat real quick. If Nate Pete, I don't even know if he's still around yet. If Nate Pete was late for a meeting, said, my bad, coach, and then he missed the meeting, what happens to Nate Pete? What happens to a player? And look, Zeke averaging what, 1.7 yards a carry, something like that.
3.1.
3.1. So what happens to a player of that caliber that missed one and late for one? What happens to that player? Bad things gonna happen to that player. You mean to tell me you get this for social media? Come on, give me. You mean to tell me? that brother Ezekiel Elliott gets to be late for multiples of meetings? He get to be late for multiples of meetings.
Missed 3 of them at least.
And then he don't come to some of them.
Yep.
He just opts to not even come to some. I got another text about something else that was going on with Zeke too. You mean to tell me all this get to go on and he just get to stay at the crib? He just get a day off. Boy, you S-wording me. I can't cuss on here. You S-wording me.
You can. Yeah, let it go one time.
I'm shucksing me.
Yeah, you can, whatever.
I could. You shitting me.
Yeah, you can say that.
I'll be Dak. I'll be damn.
Yeah. He'd have been cut, yeah. Deuce Vaughn would have been cut that day.
No. Deuce Vaughn would have been
Yeah, he would have been cut that day.
Deuce Vaughn would have been in Jacksonville.
Yeah, he'd have been cut that day.
And got cut the week after that.
The fact that you keep trying to send people to Jacksonville.
Yeah,
they need them. They need people.
Y'all.
It's toe up from the. I'm Jeff. You hosting.
Yo, this is
I apologize.
Be a Jerry guy. You'll be safe.
I apologize.
Be a Jerry guy. You'll be safe.
Aisha, I'm sorry. We toe up from the flow up.
Bro, this is embarrassing.
We toe up from the flow up.
That's why I ain't got nothing to say. This is crazy. Like the dysfunction today, the news, the Zeke news coming out, all those things, like all this stuff going on, man. Like, ain't none of it about football, bro. And I'm exhausted with nothing about this team being about football.
CD wanted to pout so bad, but he just knew he was watching.
Yeah, he knew
he knew he was watching. He
I told you.
He was huffing and puffing. He was ready to smack the ground and do something. He ain't doing it.
But I also feel like some of the players and looking at their effort and stuff, I think that some of them understood that this game was important, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I felt like the effort in the rally to the ball was there from the defense in certain instances and stuff. But there's one thing I did notice, and we've been talking about it as far as the secondary goes and their tackling. We can be hard on the secondary for their tackling, but my guy, they are supposed to be the last line of defense, not the first.
Number 6 gets you in coverage every week, though.
What? And that's a whole nother thing. And it's just like
21 got to learn to tackle.
Listen, hear me. I understand what we're saying. Guys got to make open field tackles, but this secondary in particular is being asked to come up and tackle. These are smaller frame guys. They are not built to do that. They are not linebackers, but with this defensive line not getting off blocks, it's so much more noticeable right now. So I just feel like, yeah, we can talk about the secondary not tackling, but we also have to be realistic at the fact that they are probably coming up and tackling a lot more than what they should be or need to be at this point because of this defense.
Good. Get tired.
What happened? Oh, yeah. So we're having a lot of fun. Everything is great. Dallas sucks. Ha, go Birds is in the chat. So now we just got other teams,
We
fans
appreciate you. Do your thing.
hanging out in the chat.
Can't even take it from them.
I promise I'll take it.
You bunch of jerks. Yeah, so we got a lot of wonderful things going on with the Cowboys. We have plenty more to get into, including the best players are now getting hurt. And so where are we headed from now? Are we tanking?
To
What
the
are we
hospital.
doing? Where we go? Yeah, we're going to the hospital. And we're going to do that next on the Cowboys DLLS postgame show. But first, I want to talk to you about my friends at HelloFresh.
Yeah.
That was last Wednesday, I think. Maybe it's 2 Wednesdays ago when I got
The
my box.
bomb.
I got my box of HelloFresh, and I got to tell you, it is lovely. It's lovely. Tons of options for whatever you're craving. Choose from a changing menu of over 50 recipes each week. Take your pick from over 100 market add-on items like desserts, breakfasts, and snacks. Yeah, they make the I don't have to go to the grocery store. I don't have to try to figure out how to actually make something because they just bang, 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 bang. Those are the ones I want. They give them to me. It's all pre-portioned out there. Bang, here's a little one sheet. Here's how you make it. Bang, bang. And now Jeff's happy and fed.
So, Jeff, let me ask you a question. You're a white guy. Do you have to season your own food, or do they send that with it?
Seasoning's in the box.
Jesse, yeah, some
Season's
of it
right
is.
there in the box.
It's in the box. It's
right
all
there in the
there
box.
for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Season's
I'm
right there
telling
in
you,
the
like,
box. Mhm.
I'm telling you, you can put your little spin on it or whatever.
Yeah.
But for the most part, they give you everything that you
Yeah.
need. It's
But to your point, as a white guy, a lot of times there are things in that box I will not put on the food. I'll
Get
be
away
like,
from
that's a little too much flavor.
Yeah, they'll send like ground.
Yeah,
like
I don't need that Chipotle
first of
seasoning.
all-
ground jasmine leaves.
I don't believe that from you, Jeff.
Get 10 free meals at HelloFresh.com when you use the code FREECOWBOYS. HelloFresh.com/FREECOWBOYS. And that is 10 free meals across 7 boxes. New subscribers only, varies by plan. 10 HelloFresh meals. Use the code FREECOWBOYS. Also, want to shout out our guys at Roback. For me, I like to wear their things when I go do the golfing. They got the wonderful polos, you know, the ones that whick, you know, the whicken.
The moisture wick.
Yeah, the moisture whick. And
It pulls it off of you.
yeah, and
Wick.
it has the good stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I love the polos from Roback. That's RHOBACK. The polos are great. Performance hoodies. They got hoodies as well. They got all sorts of the everyday shorts. They have everything you need at Roback.
Oh.
And we got the hookup, DLLS Cowboys 20. So you go to roback.com, you use DLLS Cowboys 20. And you get your hookup, 20% off. Get you some polos and some hoodies and all those things from our friends at Roback.
That's why I was about to say. I ain't gonna say that now.
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Because if it don't fit, bring that robe back. That's why I thought you was going.
Yeah, I'm going to make the
I
time.
thought
Time
you
is
was
going to
about
work. You're going to hit 60
look at
seconds
that,
dead
Jeff.
A
on.
Rhodesian
Yeah, it's a Rhodesian Ridgeback Roback.
Oh, that's what that means.
Mhm.
I'll be there.
I wanted to show Jeff the dog.
Yeah. Thank you to everybody that's in the super chat. Thanks for hitting the like button. Thanks for the thumbs up. Who are you most mad at?
Let's see. Josh dropped a 5 up in there. He says, "Do you think we might get a top 10 pick in this draft?" I don't know because we got some relatively easy.
There is no such thing
I
as an
can't
easy
even call
game
it
for
an
this
easy game.
football team.
I don't know. We might see top 10. We'll see. Appreciate you, Josh.
We're going to be at 3 and 5 now. That
Element-
puts us- yeah, we can get a top. We're going to get a top. 10.
Element dropped the deuce. Appreciate you, sir. He said we're gonna go ahead and tank, man. I
Yeah,
feel
we're
you,
gonna,
Doc.
yeah, okay.
Marcus Hardison says, free agent wants higher draft picks for the next coaching staff. Front office?
Oh,
Free-
yeah, that should be front office, yeah.
That's
Mhm.
but that's FA though.
Yeah, but he just did it wrong. He put FA instead of FO.
Wants higher draft picks for the next coaching staff. 2 contract restructures can add up to $100 million in cap space next year.
Yeah.
The tank is real. Is this on purpose? We ain't tanking on purpose.
They're not taking it on purpose. They didn't anticipate getting hurt. They put this team on the field on purpose.
Which is
yes,
not-
they were not going to sign free agents that had money they would be due in future years. They were not. This is absolutely, positively a
We're just not trying super hard.
right. It was a hey Dak and CD and Micah. Good luck.
Yeah.
And let's
that
see
makes
how it
sense.
goes.
And that makes sense why they were doing all that dang lying, the all in and
Yeah.
trying
Sure.
to convince you and stuff. They're just trying
No,
to.
they're all in is either
We were-
next year to
we were
2019 or 2 years to 2019. That's their winning window, and you can tell that from the Dak and CD contracts and how they're set up and the fact that there's void years there. They
Sure.
don't have money in them yet. They're going to put money in those. They're going to move money around. They're going to be able to sign players, trade for players, do whatever they want to do. Question is, will they change who they are and actually do that when they enter their winning window? And their winning window is either starting next year or the year after. So are they tanking on purpose? No. Did they try to be competitive this year? No.
Absolutely not.
They told you.
Vance dropped, he dropped 5 and says, hey, we're all tanking. I love all 3 of y'all. Appreciate you, Vance. What you got for me? Lando. Okay, cool. Lando dropped the deuce. He said, okay, appreciate you.
Triple off. Well, see, Trey couldn't play unless Cooper got hurt.
Yeah, but
Trey's the emergency quarterback. You have to have both of them get hurt.
Trey probably should be the first.
Shout out to having a $5 million third quarterback because your owner traded for him on his own.
Travis Hunter to Dallas. Agenda starts today, gentlemen and lady.
I don't know if we can get that high.
Nah, we ain't. Nah,
I don't know if we can get that high.
That's like top 3 or 4. That's Carolina Saints right there, brother.
Yeah.
I will do more later.
Okay, yeah. So now Dak is hurt, and CD might be hurt, and we'll get updates on that throughout the post-game show. We may hear from Clarence Hill or Joe Hoyt out there when they hear some stuff. I just want to see if Mike starts taking shots at Jerry. Like, that's now my new favorite storyline, is watching when Mike McCarthy has ways he clearly wants to do things.
Like, it's over. He's probably getting fired anyway.
Right.
Like, let's be honest about Jerry.
Right. And now we can acknowledge that for the last 3 months, there's been something going on where I know who my best players are and how I would like to do this.
And I can't.
And then sometimes the guy upstairs walks down and says, hey, but my guy.
Yeah.
And then you get a game where the not best player gets the ball a bunch.
Sure.
And then the coach turns around and goes, are we good now that you've seen that this guy? And then now the one that the coach wanted to play plays again. And it's the best running performance you've had all year by a player on this team by far. And he's going to be mad. Like, they are not vibing on who should be doing what. And he's going to get fired. So I think at some point we're going to start getting snippy Mike McCarthy. Sure. And that's what I think might get him fired. Jerry won't fire him because he's a cheapo.
Sure.
And so, like, he's not going to fire him just to fire him. I guess it could get bad enough. But I think it's more likely that if that happens, it's because Mike starts firing back. Like, I'm tired of being a neutered head coach that's a dead man walking, and the guy who hired me gets to say whatever he wants and make me look like an idiot when he is I'm not going to call Jerry an idiot. That would be a personal attack.
Jerry will fire a winning head coach if they disagree enough.
Oh, yeah.
So
a Hall of Famer.
It's a Hall of Famer. So it's right around the corner for Mike McCarthy. Honestly, man, I just want Mike to be honest, man. I just want the real answers. Mike, what did you feel when this was happening? When this decision was made, was it really yours? And if we just keep it a buck here, I know we like to run around talking about, oh man, I can't wait till Ben Johnson gets here and take over. Man, if I'm Ben Johnson, I'm watching this, and I'm going, man, Mike McCarthy can't even play the dude he want to play. And I want my quarterback to run. What you mean you don't want the quarterback to run?
Dak is running today.
Dak ran today because he's sick of all this noise.
And then he hurt his hamstring.
But if I'm some other coach and I'm hearing what it's like in here, and I call Bill Parcells to hear what it's like in here, Jason Garrett probably got great things to say about the place. I'm not coming here.
Yeah, they let him play that thing.
I mean, and that's a whole nother side of the conversation. Is like, we talk about getting new coaches and things and stuff and different guys in here. But the reality is like, if you're not going to give them creative freedom, if you're not going to give them the tools that they need to succeed, and you have, to your point, your front office has a say-so in this way on what happens on the field, man, don't nobody want to come into that. This is already in a controlled environment already. So you're telling me I'm about to be under more control? Absolutely not.
On top of that, just head coach wise, Ben Johnson is the baddie at the club.
Fact.
He can pick the best spot.
He getting all the drinks. Everybody want Ben Johnson. So we might have to settle for somebody that ain't got no job. That like Mike Vrabel or something ain't got no job, and ain't nobody been giving him a job.
I didn't even think about him, but he would be a perfect.
He'd be perfect.
Pick for what they feel. But I don't think. I don't look at Vrabel as no pushover though.
He's not. But I'm talking about like the coaches that we want. Even players, right? Because we could talk about, we didn't go out and get players. Man, how Jerry come out with the Zeke we can live without. That's what we got Trey Lance for. Don't nobody want to play here neither.
See, but that's the issue though. Like that's gonna piss me off because I don't understand. Like, but what I'm never gonna grasp like why a Ben Johnson wouldn't be on their radar and them wanting to bring him in because you can't control him.
He'll visit.
Because you don't like...
I don't think it's can't control him because I think most guys who haven't been a head coach yet aren't coming in with the size of ego of guys who've probably won a Super Bowl. So I don't think it's can't control him. I think it's in Jerry's brain, that's not as good an idea. as hiring somebody who he knows has won a Super. Jerry's
Then he doesn't
82
need
years
the
old.
job. Then he needs.
He hasn't needed the job for 25 years.
He doesn't need the job. If he can't see what football is, then like this, and there's nothing we can do. And that's why it's like, this is just such a crappy place to be in, bro.
Yeah. And honestly, you know what this all comes back to? I said this a couple of weeks ago here. I've been saying it all offseason on my show. This comes back to rollover respect. Rollover respect. In real life, Ben Johnson is probably the more attractive candidate than I would say like a Bill Belichick is, right? In my mind, I would much rather have.
Now I'm going to tell you Jerry's mind. I'm sorry. This random offensive coordinator is better than the greatest coach of all time?
Facts. Rollover respect.
That's
what
Jerry.
I'm saying.
Yes.
He's Zeke right now.
Yep.
Oh, you got a name. Yep. I recognize it. I know who you are. I'm giving you respect here.
Yep.
In real life, this dude that's never head coach before will take your offense to magical places. But he ain't Bill Belichick.
No, he's not.
He ain't Mike. At least Vrabel got playoff appearances and playoff wins.
No,
this rollover respect destroys this organization.
Yeah.
Jason Witten was another one. Oh, we'll just play Jason Witten.
Jason Witten might be your next head coach.
Goofy.
Oh, Jesus.
Troy Aikman come in and be a GM because
Jason
of rollover
Witten might
respect.
be your best. It might be your next head coach. Because that's what they do. That's what they do.
Rollover respect, man.
It's their guys.
Rollover respect.
Jason Witten to Jerry, I've watched that man fight, bleed, go about things the right way, lead men, which is actually not even true. But yeah, that's the Jerry Jones stuff, and that is what makes it tough. And like the hard part is you can see, like, it's not impossible for the Cowboys organization to be competitive. They just won 12 games 3 times in a row. When Romo was here, they had a couple of teams that had a real chance to do something. Like, there are times where they still get this thing put together really well, and it's fun to watch, and they play good offense, and, like, you've got a legitimate chance.
But Rex Ryan won a Super Bowl, so let's talk to him, even though he's been on TV for years.
Yes.
Let's talk to Rex Ryan. Yeah.
And we've talked about this. This team has been successful in spite of what the front office has done.
Sure.
Yeah.
This team has been successful despite the decisions that this front office has made. And at this point, that's why you're here now, where you can't overcome it. You have too many injuries, you have too many things. And also too, another element too is when you see guys start dropping like flies, other guys start saying ouch, and not ouch in real life.
When you win it, you play through some stuff.
I told CD to fake hurt before he actually got hurt. Like, as soon as Dak left the game, I was like, oh, if I'm CD, I'm going to go ahead and limp off here now. Like, I don't need to be out here for this.
CD running back in the game. What you doing now?
Yeah, like, no, you're doing this backwards, my friend.
Wait, that's Cooper Rush out there. What you doing?
I only need you out there if he's out there. If he's out, you go ahead and sit down over here too.
No.
We can all hang out. Do some injured reserve action. It's time to take, and that's something we're gonna have to find out. I think the season is over. I think the fact that Washington, by the way, won today. They are 7-2. The Cowboys are 3-5.
That's a hell of a hole to climb yourself out of.
Philadelphia is gonna play Jacksonville, who's not good, and probably go to, what'll that be, 6-3 or 6-2, whatever. You're way behind, and
NFC North is gonna have like 3 to 4 people.
And there's nothing about the way that the Cowboys play football that gives you hope. The really tough part is if they could just eliminate. There's too many things you have to eliminate. I mean, Mike McCarthy they were still airing. So when you start the second half and they do, and I'm here on the sideline, and it was Pam Oliver with Mike McCarthy. So they record that beforehand. Mike's not actually talking as like they're about to run a play.
Sure.
But they record it beforehand. Before they even finished playing, Mike McCarthy talking about, we just need to make sure that we're staying ahead of the sticks on both sides of the ball. They false started on the first play of the third quarter.
The false starts today were egregious. 3 from, I hate to use that word again, but that's how bad it was. 3 came from Tyler Guyton today. And man, listen.
He's the most penalized offensive lineman in the league for number of games he's played.
Yep.
And we've talked about it, and it's just it's like, hey man, the kid is struggling. At one point in time, do you say like he's picking up bad habits? But, as the offensive line guy.
This was supposed to be the week where he kicks their ass because they can't pass rush.
No, like he's picking up bad habits. And you brought up, like helping them. My God, you can't help both sides. You can't help both sides, number one. Number two, Jake Ferguson got to get started early in this game. You're not even being able to have your tight ends be receiving threats. You don't have enough guys on the field when guys are dropping 6, 7 guys in coverage. So it is just... everything you do, Jeff just mentioned it, it's too much to overcome at this point. And the penalties, bro, you had 9 for 55 today, and every single one of them whooped your ass and put you in a tough spot. Right? It's just
Yeah.
I can't.
And we'll talk about all the ways that does not work and how much trouble this whole thing is in because of them. And we're going to do all that next on the Cowboys DLLS postgame show.
For sure.
Let's talk about our guys at Shady Rays. I love the Shady Rays.
Man.
I got the purple ones. Aviators.
Yeah, me too.
The purple ones.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. They're so nice. Shady Rays is an independent sunglasses company that offers a world-class product rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people, and they're super affordable. They're badass, and they're super affordable. It's awesome. Durable frames, crystal clear optics, the perfect choice for all your outdoor adventures. Sometimes Botch will wear indoors. Sometimes.
I was outside surfing one time, and I lost them in the water. I said, hey, Shady Rays, I lost my shades in the water when I was surfing.
Yeah.
They sent me some right back.
Yep.
5 days.
Yep. They got the most insane protection ever. Every pair is backed by lost or broken replacements. And if you don't love them, you can exchange for a new pair, return them worry-free within 30 days. No risk when you shop. Their team always has your back with personal and fast support. Our guys at Shady Rays are badass. And if you have our code DLLS, 35% off. That's an insane deal.
That is a lot.
That's nutso.
It is a lot.
I drop them in the lake and they're going to replace them anyway, and I got them for 35% off. That's nutso.
Crazy.
Shout out to our guys at Shady Rays. Use the promo code DLLS for 35% off your polarized sunglasses. Now, let me whip on over to Constant
Yeah, I was
Contact.
surfing. What y'all mean?
I
thought about doubting you, but I didn't.
Thank you, Jeff.
I doubt
You're
it.
welcome.
Thank you, Jeff.
I doubt it. I just wouldn't
Use the code
expect-
ALLCITY.
That's crazy.
ALLCITY at Constant Contact. You're a business owner, and you got goals. We've got goals at DLLS. Vach has goals on his channel. I got goals on my channel. We're trying to grow subscribers. We're trying to reach new people. We're trying to do all these different things. Everybody's got goals. Constant Contact has what it takes to help you meet them faster. No matter how experienced you are with digital marketing, Constant Contact has the tools to make your marketing run smoother. Tap email marketing that helps you create and send the perfect email to every customer. You no longer need to struggle with expensive, slow, and unmeasurable approaches to marketing your business. They'll take care of you at Constant Contact. Join the thousands of businesses and millions of people who trust Constant Contact with their marketing success. Go to ConstantContact.com/AllCity for your free trial. ConstantContact.com/AllCity. Okay, so let me tell you.
Okay.
I want some camera. Which one's me? Where do I go?
What are you
Which
telling
one's
us?
me? Which one's me? Am I here? I'm there. I'm here.
No, you right there.
I'm right there.
Right there.
I don't remember what I was going to say, but that's okay because I broadcast for a living. So I'll figure out something good right now.
You was either talking about Carl Lawson.
Nope.
Or you was talking about Turpin running out of bounds.
Nope.
You was talking about finding a new
No.
car. Oh, it's plenty to talk
No,
about.
I wasn't talking about any of those things.
O-line, D-line, or something.
Yeah. So like the hardest part about this is there's all these little things that I want to fix. I want to fix this and I want to fix that and I want to fix this and I want to fix that. But even if we fixed, hey, they make too many penalties. Hey, they at the worst times too.
Yeah.
Like how are you coming out of half
Sure.
when you're in a football game against a team that they're not having trouble moving the ball on you and stuff, but you've made a play, you force a turnover, you're in this thing, baby.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like when they decide to take the ball, we're going to receive the ball, and we're going to go win the game. When they do that, they commit a penalty on the kick return.
You almost cussed.
And then they commit a penalty on the first play from scrimmage coming out of a bye week, right? That's gross. This game, you go out there, and at all these different times, including coming out of half, you false start to start the half. And in a lot of worlds, and in some Cowboy years, that's overcomeable.
Sure.
They did it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that could take a 2nd and 18, get it to 3rd and 5, then gain 11, and boom, you're cruising again. It's a top 5 offense every single year. They've run out of talent, and the young talent hasn't come along. So now, 1st and 15, you are dead.
Right.
You're dead.
Sure.
There was a play, 3rd and 5, and they made it. There was a 3rd and 5 play where they were clearly going to go for it on 4th if they didn't get it, where they handed it to Hunter Lipke.
Sure.
Hunter Lipke was the running back. The receivers were CeeDee Lamb, Jalen Brooks, and Ryan Flournoy. And I kind of like Flournoy. He might have something.
Sure.
But they're just like, it's literally everything.
Mm-hmm.
They are so lucky to have 3 wins.
Yeah.
This is a bad team. And if they played perfect and they didn't commit penalties and the other team committed more and they took care of the football and they did all of that, they might be, if they played perfect, they might be okay-ish. That's how bad they are. CeeDee Lamb, I think, averaged 6 yards a catch today.
Sure.
So all of this, oh no, we're in a hole now. Dak sucks. I've seen it in the chat. Like Cooper Rush played better than Dak. You have an effing computer.
Goofy.
He threw more passes for less yards while they dared him to complete a bunch of passes to run the clock out. You're all insane people. You
ain't got no computer.
You have one receiver that's a threat. Ferg looked pretty good today. I like that.
Goofy.
But no, there's no down the field stuff. You can't. There's nobody to do it. There's just, you can't stop the run because your defensive tackles are bad. Now you have to commit too many resources to try so that Overshown can make a tackle for loss every once in a while so that it looks like you defended the run okay overall, even though you didn't. And that's also why your other guys are getting hung out to dry for big touchdowns because you are committing all these resources so that for every 9-yard run, you can maybe get a -1 to offset that. And then guess what? Touchdown because you have everybody in the box. Everything about this is broken. The year is broken. They need everybody to get healthy. They need to stop making every mistake. They need to play way better football, and they need to play better than their talent is to try to scratch, fight, and claw into the playoffs. The season's over. That's kind of what I'm saying.
Well, Jeff,
we feel you.
It's over.
Well, Jeff, when Jerry Jones went on the radio and he blamed the media for spreading propaganda, well, nobody thinks that, but the media guys, boy, what do they know? Them geniuses, they don't know what's going on. I mean, everything that we said in this offseason,
we were right.
Hey, we need more running back situation here. We would like more depth at your O-line. And
your D tackles are bad.
Your D tackles are bad. We don't have a receiver too.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, if something happens to CD, we're really in deep doo-doo for real.
Yeah.
And it's like they tried to fight that off for a long time. Jerry tried to fight running back off for a long time. All this other stuff and now it's like super stupid obvious.
Yeah.
I want to know if Jerry can continue to sell BS. I wonder if he can continue to sell.
Oh, yeah, he did.
I think he's running out. I mean, he did today.
That's what I'm saying.
But he was selling today. This BS that he sold was just standing up for the player that he loves. It
Sure.
wasn't selling the fan base on any sort of idea. But he has to be running out because it's 2 years in a row that the entire world who's watched a sport told you exactly what was going to doom the Cowboys, and then it happened while Jerry pretended that it wouldn't.
Yep.
Everything that is wrong with this team, the whole world knew it.
We've been pretty right.
Everybody but Jerry knew it. And here's the thing. I do believe that Jerry absolutely knew it.
I
Now,
was about to say, I'm not convinced he doesn't know.
right. He knows how to pretend that he doesn't know while he knows. He knows that we know,
Yeah.
that he knows that he could get you to think he don't know what we know that he knows, that
But
we
we
knew
all-
he was knowing.
But we all know.
The whole time we knew.
At the end of the day.
Get him away from me.
And then the other
He
thing,
ain't lying.
and here's the other thing.
He ain't lying yet.
That's why
We know.
I go as far as my conspiracy Jerry stuff goes as far as this. I believe Jerry knows
Oh boy.
Zeke can't play a lick.
Oh, of course he knows that.
I believe Jerry knows Dalvin Cook can't play a lick.
Huh?
I believe he knows that.
Yeah.
And I
Let
believe
it ride.
that the reason they're on this team is because they made the conscious decision to not try to win this year, to keep their salary cap the way they wanted it, to reset it, to keep all their draft picks. I mean, we exist in a world where you could flip by 15 spots on day 3 in the draft and add Deontay Johnson to your team, and the Cowboys don't want to. He was dead set on not helping this team if it required giving up anything.
Where you gonna
But-
find the players, Jeff? That what he said.
Where you gonna find
Where
them?
you gonna find
By
them?
moving down 15 spots in the 5th round to get a starting receiver. But he didn't want to do any of that because the plan was never, ever, 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 ever this year. And when you know it's not this year, you know what you can do? Sell jerseys.
So he threw him under the bus.
Bro, they put a multi-time Pro Bowler on the practice squad. You know why? Because people are going to say his name. How many weeks were we tracking, will the practice squad running back play this week?
Y'all don't make me upset.
Jerry's a genius.
Jeff on to something.
Jerry's a genius. Every week, it's like, is this the week that Dalvin
Jeff
Cook
owns
comes
something.
up? No one else in the league was going to sign the guy, but we've got something you can talk about on the practice squad while you're 3-5.
Please.
He knows what he's doing. He won't move down 10, 15 spots in a 5th or 6th round to add a starting player, but he will add dudes that you'll buy their jersey while he knows they're not going for nothing. He will.
Tolbert got to step up, Jeff.
And why wouldn't he? He's been in the backyard.
I don't mean to shift gears here, but I did want to talk about Dak's injury and what is going on with him. Obviously, it looked like it was a hand.
No, they said
before,
hamstring.
Then his hand.
But then they
started hurting.
said it was his hamstring that showed the play in which like the ball came out weird or whatever.
Put him on IR.
His mechanics this year have been not good. Now, we've talked about it. I think it's for a number of reasons. I think it's from getting pressure from your tackles, him not trusting the clock, all those things. but the footwork and mechanics have not been good this year. Was there a QB? There was a QB coach change, yes?
Who is the QB coach now?
Nussmeier left, and
I don't even know who it is now.
We don't even know these people that come
Schottenheimer hangs out over there.
And with respect, that's my point.
Google us who it is.
I'm on it. Oh, Scott Tolzien, the great Scott Tolzien.
No, what do he do?
Okay.
He coaches him up.
Okay.
Dak ain't been right since Kittner left. Man.
This is probably the worst I've seen his mechanics be. And even when he let that ball go, the reason why it went the way that it went is because his feet aren't set. And I've been seeing him do that a lot this year, where it feels like he's throwing with his upper body, or it feels like
he was wearing a boot before the season started. And they're like, no biggie.
His feet aren't married to his, and that brings me to my next point. I saw people tweet about it. I'm not speculating or nothing. I don't know, but I did see people mentioning like, has the hamstring been a thing all season? And we just not known about it, and maybe that's why he has been running the ball. I thought he looked good when he took off today. I didn't see any issues with his mobility. But what I'm talking about is when he gets into that drop and he's going through his reads, he's not setting his feet. He's not. It's just not like him to not be good with his mechanics, and it's been poor this year. It's resulted in a lot of his interceptions, and I think it's resulted in this injury today.
Yeah, I think he might have a lot of stuff going on with his body. Starting with snapped ankle and coming back from it, and then mobility being a little bit iffier, and then something was going on. He wasn't wearing a boot on vacation for fun, so something was bothering him there. I do think that he hurt the hammy making that throw, but...
You think it was tight before?
It was what?
You think it was tight before?
I mean, it's hard to think it's a coincidence that after we all talked about how Dak needs to run, and then most of us predicted that he will run this week because they'll hear that, and then he did, and then after he used the muscles he ain't been using in a long time, suddenly he pulled a hammy on a throw. I think it probably all happened today.
Yeah, but I do think that it is that I do think that I've been watching him and thinking something is about to get tweaked, something's going to get weird, because anytime a quarterback is throwing with their upper body, or throwing, we already know how much time he's talked about to get the throttle. He's not a super arm talent guy, but to get the throttle and to get the power, he gets it from his legs.
And he got good legs
to drive the ball. And right now, you see a lot. I've seen a lot of his passes floated. A lot of them are high. This tells me he's not stepping into throws. He's not in rhythm. I want to hear more about what is specifically going on with him and his feelings, because I'm surprised that it happened today and not sooner, because it's been that bad.
Can I tell you something real quick?
What's up?
Everybody?
What's up?
Because I forgot to a little while ago.
What's up?
I want to tell you guys about the Empire Impact Player of the Game.
Yes!
I would like to tell you about the Empire Impact Player of the Game, who you could pick anyone you want from the team that beat the Cowboys. You could pick Mooney. You could pick Bijan. You could pick Kirk Cousins.
I don't even know who's good.
I'm going to pick Rico Dowdle because it serves me the best. What serves me the best is when they let the best running back play and they don't put other people in very often, and the best running back has the best running day that the Cowboys have had all year, which means the last time this happened, I know what happens next. You're going to go play Philadelphia. Dalvin Cook is going to get 16 carries and Rico's going to get 4.
Don't say
That's what you're about to have.
Oh, that's what's about to happen.
But I would like to congratulate my Empire Today Impact Player of the Game, the great Rico Dowdle. Crushing it. Now let me give you our promo code for Empire, which I'll do in a second.
It's probably DLLS.
I bet there's a DLLS in there. EmpireToday.com/DLLS. That gets you $350 off with our friends at Empire Today.
There you go.
So take that.
Get some floors or something.
Yeah, congrats to him. We got one more segment. We'll try to get through your super chats, and we'll talk about how bad or sad we are, or if it's just apathy. Which one do you? Where are we in our stages of grief now? Is everybody just done?
Just over it. Just over it.
You ready to draft them up?
Hey, man,
preview the Cowboys draft next.
I would rather be winning, but I'm going to break down film just in case.
I've got the tape now.
Likewise, and do it.
We start working this week. Okay, so yes, more from you guys, your questions, and more on the Cowboys' loss to the Atlanta Falcons is next on the Cowboys DLLS post-game show.
Yeah.
Try to find my diehard notes. Here they are. We're building the biggest and best community of DFW sports fans. We want you to be a part of it. As you see, we're not playing around. We have Voch F and Lombardi on the postgame show.
Come on, dog.
We have Voch F and Lombardi on the postgame. You think we're playing around about building this thing?
People ain't playing with you.
YouTube.com/@DLLS_sports. You think we're playing around?
That bag, boy.
You think you would give as much money as Voch is getting right now if you weren't serious about building the best community in DFW.
Wow.
Go to alldlls.com today. Become a diehard. $4 a month, billed annually. $48 a year, free t-shirt, access to our exclusive written content, which there's a ton of, plenty of discounts, access to our Discord lounge where we hang out and talk all sorts of things. I get in there and get talking about weird stuff. But yeah, if you're a wrestling fan, movies, TV shows, whatever, we're hanging out in there. We're just creating a nice community of diehard psychos like you. The people who are watching a post-game show after one of the worst football teams in the world farted and fell down like they always do. Right. We want you. Almost 2,000. We want you to be surrounded by like-minded people who are as psychotic and willing to continue watching these things, which we're all going to. I can't stop. So sign up today at alldlls.com. Thanks.
If this wasn't a job, I'd be like sleep on a couch somewhere, dog. I don't
Also, to be looking for my film breakdown this week as well.
She had a film breakdown that was only for diehards last week too, and it was awesome.
You breaking down draft, you doing Cowboys.
Oh, hell.
I'm in the moment.
Whatever.
Once you're done with Aisha's preview of that week's opponent, I will do one on all of the second and third round running back options.
We gonna watch all of them.
I'm gonna step on your toe, man.
You know what, though, Joe? Real talk, though, like for real though.
Like, this is draft talk. Here we go. What are you doing?
Like, no, keep that mess over there.
Look, no, real talk. Like, Jet, we watched all the running backs last year.
Man,
I knew the ball.
I knew running backs into the 6th, 7th.
We knew Rasheen Ali before he was a visit. We knew this.
Knew him.
Yeah, but now Rico's going to be gone this year. We could ran all the way out.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe that'll be Zeke and Cook. They'll come back on the cheap.
Joe.
Maybe it'll be both of them. Joe Hoyt is in Atlanta for all the fun. Let's say hello to Joe. Tell him something.
Brody.
Shouts out to Blue Flame, you know?
Hey, Brody.
How you guys doing? Welcome to the DLS Draft Show, huh?
Yes. Welcome to the draft show.
Don't
what did
put
we
that
learn in
on
Atlanta that'll help us prepare for this draft?
You know?
Yeah, no, I talked to Jerry. I was in the middle of the Jerry Jones press conference, and he was pretty emotional, to be honest. And he said he had an emotional conversation with the people in the locker room. He said he feels terrible for Cowboys fans. He said that this is bleak. They're in a really dark place. But he kept saying, I'm not dismayed. So I asked him, Jerry, why are you not dismayed? What gives you confidence? He said experience. I've seen people in their darkest times get out of it, and that makes it even sweeter. So, that's where they're at right now. Will they eventually get to that sweet part? I don't know. But they're in a pretty bleak scenario right now, and that locker room was pretty bleak too.
Joe, let me tell you something.
Tell them something, Vach.
Lies run fast, but the truth has endurance.
Oh.
You feel me, player?
Oh.
You feel me, player?
Oh.
Clarence!
Joe, you feel me? Joe, you feel me?
Joe.
Lies are fast, but the truth has endurance, my guy.
And the truth never lies.
We're not finna let Jerry Jones come in here nonsense like that.
He's gaslighting us.
We finna let Jerry come in here nonsense like that.
Joe, I have a question for you. Any updates on Dak Prescott's injury and also to CeeDee Lamb?
Shut him down.
Yeah, CeeDee Lamb said he'll play next week. He's not concerned. Jerry Jones said he's not concerned. Dak Prescott, the hamstring and the hand, frankly, but those things are a little bit more questionable. I mean, Clarence talked with Dak, so when he calls in after this, he can give you a little update there. But, CeeDee Lamb feels confident he's going to play next week.
You think it's like a stinger? It was giving stinger.
It was giving painful shoulder vibes. He didn't go into details on what specifically it was. Jerry said when asked about it that injury he had, it's very painful. And clearly, CeeDee was in a lot of pain as he was battling through. But, he had a 2-point conversion catch there at the end, and, he's confident he'll be out there again next week.
Well, Joe, tell Clarence that if he really thinks he's going to be on the postgame show, he's going to want to call in right this second because we're not going as long as he thinks we're going.
Call right now.
Yeah, tell Clarence to call right now. Thank you, Joe.
Bye,
All right, I'm having up.
We're going to read these supers.
Yeah, we're going to read supers and then see what Clarence has for us. Knock some down.
We ain't got long. Let me see what that time back. Stephen Wade. Drop 5, appreciate you, sir. We need an exit plan if Dak doesn't work out. You just gave that man some money. Ain't no exit from that.
Cooper Rush will stick around for you.
You just got to build around him. Appreciate you, player. Who we got? Taylor dropped the 5 and says,
Posit. He went with Posit.
What that mean?
He says.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Posit mean?
If I'm posit, what I'm doing is I'm throwing this out to you.
Man, that's made it up, dog.
No.
I said that it's better to win games in the regular season for doses of dopamine as opposed to winning it all and being bad for 30 years.
I don't know what you said, but I like it.
Yeah, that's a lot of words, bro. But
I pause it with you.
I'm positive.
Okay.
I'm positive with you, bro. We're gonna read some more supers, but we gonna
Bring
trust-
Clint.
Yeah, go ahead, bring on Clarence.
All
We're
right,
gonna, and we're gonna wrap on the supers.
Yeah. Clarence, we're going to bring in Clarence Hill, and I just want Clarence, whatever is the most important things that you've learned is what I need to know.
Clarence.
Hey, how y'all doing? Hey, positive is a real word. I just want y'all to know he didn't make that up.
I told you positive is a real word. You don't have to
I
co-sign
I went
for
to
me.
Natchez High School. I ain't that smart.
I don't
I'm
need your
tired
help.
of being a journalist.
I'm a journalist. No, I'm not.
Positive is a real word. Hey, clearly Dak got hurt on the run, as we all suspected. He said he felt something during the run, at the end of the run, but he didn't know if it was just an injury or whatever else. And then on the throw, he felt something he never felt before. Certainly, and that's when he had to be ruled out. He wanted to come back and play, but the trainers told him that he wouldn't be able to protect himself. Of course, he's saying all the right things right now, that he's going to try to play, and I'm going to do my damnedest to play next week. But when you tear a hamstring or pull a hamstring like that, there's no way he's going to be able to function as quarterback next week.
So I'm going to just send you $100 because I had a bet with Clarence because I said I'm faster than Dak. And then I also said I could run a 4.9, even though Dak can't anymore, but I said I could. And he bet me $100. After seeing Dak try to use the muscles that he hadn't used in a while and pull his hamstring, I haven't used them in like 30 times as long.
You just got to stretch. You good?
Clarence, I'm just going to send you $100.
Yeah, please do, because it's like I don't want to see you on a gurney. That's what I said. I just don't want to see you on a gurney and that was really the basis, the foundation of my bet, is that I know for sure when you haven't run and used muscles, they will talk to you.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing with Dak. Seriously, he took off. He hadn't sprinted like that since ever. Okay, I don't know when the last time he sprinted like that. And he felt something, because you can stretch and do all this stuff. You want to know it sounds good, you're supposed to stretch. But when you're older and you haven't used those muscles, those fast twitch muscles, they go away. And they will talk to you. They talk to Dak, and I know they're going to talk to Jeff. But, yeah, this was the Cowboys locker room. I talked to DeMar in overtime. I tweeted during the game that the Falcons had no respect for the Cowboys defense. And that's how he felt. You know, when you go for it on fourth down so many times, it's like you can do what you want. You have no respect for their defense, and that's how they felt. You got to play all four downs because they can get it every time.
Thanks, Clarence. Can't wait. When are you going to be back? You're going to take the red eye? I know you like to be on now.
There's no red eye, from the East Coast. It's only from the West Coast. I need you to travel more. You would know that. But
I don't travel yet.
I thought that he talking crazy about you.
Safe travels,
I'm sorry.
Clarence.
Let's go ahead and get rid of
we'll
Clarence.
be back tomorrow.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get rid of Clarence for the way that he talked to me. I just thought red eye meant early. But
It's late.
Oh, it's late.
It's like the last flight.
Okay, red eye is going late because I would think you would have red eyes if you woke up and you didn't have much sleep. That's what I thought red eye was.
That's what makes sense to me.
But it's staying up too long and not getting the sleep. I learned something today.
That's a very good movie, by the way.
What?
Red Eye.
Red Eye?
Mm-hmm.
I'll check it out.
You need to.
I will not. What we got going on here? We got some. Let's go ahead and get these supers and get up out of here, man. We ain't doing nothing else. Emil drop 5 and says, "I knew this would happen before the season. Of course you did. I need the Cowboys content creators. LOL. This is entertainment. Appreciate you.
It is entertainment.
Appreciate you." DM dropped a 5 and says, "Do you think size would be better?
Be a better safety than corner. Whose size? He has no long speed, it seems. Who has no long speed that could play safety instead of corner?
Let's talking about Donovan or something.
Who are you talking about?
I don't know.
I tried in my head.
Beat you up.
Oh,
I look. All right, cool.
So,
He say sell.
I don't think we have much to sell, but I'm with you. Yeah, if you can get draft picks for anything, do it all.
Osa and Dorrance.
Anybody want Zach Martin on his way down? Anybody have a terrible O-line that wants Zach Martin?
You don't have Dorrance no more.
Dorrance to do
You
what?
said Osa and Dorrance.
To like trade them.
You don't have Dorrance.
Well, he's Golston is Dorrance to him.
Not
Golston.
Duran.
Yeah.
Duran Bland and
Oh,
Osa.
trade Bland?
Bland and Osa are your only sellable players. If you really all in on selling,
Okay.
those are the only players that are young. The contract will make sense because they haven't been, whatever.
Yeah, let's do it.
Jeez. What we using this top 10 pick on? We'll
Player.
see. We got time.
Oh
Trade
my
down,
God,
baby.
y'all,
Trade down,
please.
baby.
We got a lot of time to figure it out,
We need more picks.
Appreciate you. Jim's
His name is Gimli, sir.
That what it say?
Yeah, just like Lord of the Rings, the dwarf, Gimli.
The what?
The dwarf.
What that is?
The one that had the competition with Legolas to see how many
too.
orcs he could kill. Anyway.
Jimmy says, we're screwed. Way too many needs to just
Fill in the draft.
And can you read that?
And they won't use free agency.
Read that.
Unrelated, but Jeff and Vach missed a golden opportunity to go as Barrett Wallace and Cloud Strife for Halloween.
Because I'm the black guy. I'm the big black guy with the gun, and you're the white guy with the.
Oh, you talking about Final Fantasy?
Final
Cloud
Fantasy
Strife? Yeah, I remember
7 in
Cloud.
particular.
Yeah. We take down Sephiroth together. If I remember right.
For sure.
That's right.
The Landon Show.
Close it.
Okay. Fire. Fire. Shouts out to Lando.
Aisha, you were trying to go with one, weren't you?
What's your left eye at?
Exposing your already exposed defense by letting a
McAfee MF
sing it.
Oh, the punter. Okay.
Slinging your territory
fake punt.
is a fireable. Is fireable intercept. Yeah. The
Bones been waiting though. You know,
Bones
He been
and
waiting.
his Adderall have been shaking to get a daggum field goal punt in this thing. But that's not the right time. And if you're gonna punt from right there, like 1 yard or something, 4th and 1, just run an offensive play with your better dudes on the field. Making CJ Goodwood run down the field and turn around. Come on.
I love that, but I want to see Rush start. You know what? For everyone who thinks that, I want to tell you something, and I'm going to say this with all due respect, and I'm going to say it politely. I hope you get it. I hope you get lots of it. Just so you'll know.
Cooper Rush?
Yeah.
They know what that's like. They just keep forgetting. They know when
Well,
Dak
technically,
doesn't
he won the games, though, when he played. And so people are going to pretend that was great. Let him go start with this team. I hope you get some of them games.
You think we rank 32nd on offense now?
I hope
we're going to be ranked 38th if damn Cooper Rush got to come out here and play.
Rush
You crazy as hell. Tank for Arch. That ain't even next year. Appreciate you. That's 2 years. A 2-year tank job is crazy.
Shedeur Sanders time. Cam Ward time.
If you're Mike McCarthy, would you want to come back next year? No.
No, absolutely not.
For what? No.
Absolutely not.
Nah, player. Appreciate you, though. Well, we got Terminal. VA says we could get a high pick. Boy, everybody's on the draft. We can get a high pick, and the front office won't move up to get much needed help. They're insanely stubborn. Lame duck season. Winter is here.
Winter was always coming, you know. Ooh. And sometimes you got to take down the Nightwalkers. Dion and Shedeur next year. Okay, now we're cooking.
Dion, why Dion's not coming to coach this team?
Nah, Tony, no baddie, hot coach is coming. Coming here. Gruden been doing YouTube. Don't be surprised if he's in the head coach. I wouldn't be surprised. Gruden did a little image rehab by just disappearing,
but just not showing up.
And then Jerry will just be like, "Hell yeah, come on."
Hey, he got skins on the wall, brother Jeff.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You know how I go. Lando came back with another 5. He says triple option trade next week and moving forward, assuming Dak misses.
Start Trey. Why not? Let's have fun.
Yeah.
Let's have fun.
You know what you have in Cooper Rush, and since you've invested a 4th in the trade, you kind of you
the season's over.
You have to play Trey.
And it also too, if he does play and shows some goodness, maybe even towards the end of the season, then maybe he has some value.
I want Trey to win 7 games.
This is his last year of his contract, but you can get a comp pick if somebody signed him for good money.
I want Trey to win.
every single one you can get.
Yeah, I need a comp pick for him.
I want Trey to win 7 games.
Because comp picks now be 4th, 5th round, and you see that.
We got a bunch of them this year. We got 10 picks already.
See?
You guys ready to use 10 picks?
But we ain't doing nothing but drafting people with them. It ain't like we're going to go find some veteran.
Well, we will in 2 years and 3 and 4. Listen, in 2 and 3 and 4 years from now, your team is going to be good.
Time for all us to take the hard to swallow pills. The window closed on this team after the 95. After the 95 season, I don't think anybody can overcome Jerry. It's tough to overcome.
That's probably true.
It's tough to overcome.
That's probably true.
Appreciate you. Hamzone says, did I hear 2 cuss? Nah, she don't cuss.
Did you cuss?
Did you cuss?
You said
I
ass?
do curse. I just don't do it.
You want to say shit?
No, I can't say that.
We can say this word now?
What? No.
Sometimes? Like twice?
I might have cussed. It's been one of those days.
My quota is fulfilled. Be ass for Ashton. Hey, look, let me just keep it a buck with you. And that's a fantastic hashtag. Ashton Jeanty may be like a 1st round pick or something.
Yeah.
You not using your 1st round pick on a running back.
This is the Cowboys.
Jeff.
Yeah, boys take it. They're going to go from too much to running backs to nothing at running back to too much.
And look, I'm not opposed to spending a 1st round pick on a running back. It's just that I think that's a luxury. You have O-line problems. You got D-line problems, edge problems. You could probably use some depth in other places. Yeah. And you're not just gonna find some wide receiver because the Cowboys ain't good at that. So you might as well draft a wide receiver, hope he turns into a superstar and he plays cheap for you for a couple of years.
You don't have to go that early for running back to have success this now.
Draft season gonna be crazy for us. D. Callen says he just dropped some 5. Appreciate you. D. Callen dropped another 5. It says, Vosh, do you think Guyton stopped going to see Duke because he regret? Let me tell you something. I don't think this got nothing to do with Duke Manoel. I think Duke only got so many superpowers. Yep. I think if you watch Tyler Guyton from Oklahoma and you really paid attention and watched a little bit of films, you knew that Tyler Guyton was going to have some issues. You knew he was going to have some issues. I know he had a good practice and everybody wanted to come fuss at Vosh. Yep. And I ain't trying to be told you so guy, but you lean on what you know when you in a fist fight and you're not used to it. So Tyler Guyton is just going to have to keep getting reps and we'll go from there. But I don't think this got nothing to do with Duke Manoel at all. I think the fact that Tyler is where he at right now, I think Duke deserves a raise to even get Tyler to where he's at and not get you killed in these games. Tyler was going to struggle, and we all knew it. Or at least Vosh knew it. I don't know what everybody else knew.
It's the hands.
Bleach Report says Jerry looking to make trades. That's false. Yeah, are you buyers or sellers? We should be sellers, but we're probably just going to hold on to everything that we got and you know,
let everybody just get released at the end of the season and get nothing for them.
Everybody's going to get better. We're going to get a bunch of 5th and 6th next year again. And y'all know how it go. Calvin dropped a 5 and says, I'm rooting for draft position.
I respect that.
Aren't you all?
I respect that a lot.
Jeff love that.
I think top 10 is achievable. We're in like 11th or 12th right now.
This might be Mike from San Antonio. I appreciate you, sir. He just dropped a dub in the super chat showing some love. Salute to you, sir. And then we got Mike Love, which is a totally different Mike. He came and dropped 5 and he said...
He wanted to know why Mike was throwing the iPad for. He said you called the CD sweep on 4th and 1, then ran that
Him slamming that Microsoft Surface made me so mad.
Well, he was probably mad.
It made me so mad. What you trying? It looked like he trying to fake emotion to us. Yeah, I ain't never seen you slam no tablet before. What you slamming the tablet for? What you mad not for?
Because his silly team, 2 plays in a row when they needed 1 yard, forgot to block the guy that was directly where they were running.
Just he called him by
Mike McCarthy go pick up the tablet and go.
He called him Mike Isha, like Felicia. Huh? He said, bye, Mike Isha, like bye, Felicia.
Okay.
Oh, bye, Mike.
I see what you did there.
I see what you did there. Salute to you, bro. Salute.
Shout out to all of you guys for hanging out with us and watching.
It's been an hour.
Oh, yeah, it's been over now. On whatever channel you're on, we appreciate
it. Tony had a 128-yard rush. I don't know what that means. Hey, man, look, we love y'all to pieces, bro. Okay, be sure to tap into all the social medias, dog, whether it be mine, Jeff, Saisha, DLLS Cowboys, DLLS Sports, man. We love y'all. Salute. Hey, man, you never know what anybody's going through. You know what I mean? So just try to be cool, man. Quit being a dick. You know what I'm saying? Y'all hold down for the dope sports and peace, Weezy. Till next time, you're salute.
Or else.
I can say the D word?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Don't be that. Peace, y'all. Salute.
We all silly like the mayor.